All right, guys. Doing something that I honestly never thought I'd be doing. Praising a pic of Donald Trump. So, pretty much historically, I've never had anything good to say about him, other than the one time I said that he hadn't started any new wars, which basically he didn't start direct new wars, but he did engage in militaristic behavior. So he's not like a peaceful dude by any stretch of the imagination. Some of what I was told was actually not true, and I should have done my digging then. But in any case, um, they're me. I'm still suspicious. I'm always suspicious of Trump, but I'm at least consistent. It's not just some fucking witch hunt. It's not this thing that everybody tries to make it into that I just fucking absolutely abhor the man for no reason. Like, there's no end of reasons to hate Donald Trump. But he recently made a pick for labor secretary that surprised the fuck out of me. So it could be that he knows that she's not going to pass approval. So that's why he did it, so he could like act as if he's like pro labor. Maybe we'll see. Maybe she'll get in and then I'll be like, "Damn, what the fuck?" Like surprised as hell. But I don't give a fuck whether you're Republican, Democrat, whatever. I care about the issues. So if she gets in and she's pro union, I'm all about that. So I'm going to read some bits of apnews.com's article here, and I'll link it if I can remember. Chavez DeRemer has a pro-labor record that unions like. Chavez DeRemer is a one-term congresswoman, having lost re-election in her competitive Oregon district earlier this month. But in her short stint on Capitol Hill, she has established a clear record on workers' rights and organized labor issues that belly the Republican Party's usual alliances with business interests. She was an enthusiastic back of the PRO Act, legislation that would make it easier to unionize on a federal level. The bill, one of Democratic President Joe Biden's top legislative priorities, passed the House during Biden's first 2 years in office when Democrats controlled the chamber. But it never had a chance of attracting enough Republican senators to reach the 60 votes required to avoid a filibuster in the Senate. Chavez DeRemer also co-sponsored another piece of legislation that would protect public sector workers from having their Social Security benefits docked because of government pension benefits. That proposal also has lingered for a lack of GOP support. Next part is some labor leaders remain skeptical of Trump's agenda. Chavez DeRemer may give labor plenty to like, but union leaders are not necessarily cheering yet. Many of them still do not trust Trump. The president-elect certainly has styled himself as a friend of the working class. His bond with blue-collar, non-college educated Americans is a core part of his political identity and helped him chip away at Democrats' historical electoral advantage in households with unionized workers. But he was also the president who chose business-friendly appointees to the National Labor Relations Board during his 2017 to 21 term and generally has backed policies that would make it harder for workers to unionize. He criticized union bosses on the campaign trail and at one point suggested members of the United Auto Workers should not pay their dues. His administration did expand overtime eligibility rules, but not nearly as much as Democrats wanted, and a Trump-appointed judge has since struck down the Biden administration's more generous overtime rules. And though Trump distanced himself from the Heritage Foundation's Project 2025 during the campaign, he has since his victory warmed to some of the people involved in that conservative blueprint that, broadly speaking, would tilt power in the workplace even more toward employers and corporations. Among other ideas, the plan also would curb enforcement of workplace safety regulations. After Trump's announcement Friday, National Education Association President Becky Pringle lauded Chavez DeRemer's House record but sounded a note of caution. Educators and working families across the nation will be watching as she moves through the confirmation process, Pringle said in a statement. and hope to hear a pledge from her to continue to stand up for workers and students as her record suggests, not blind loyalty to the Project 2025 agenda. AFL-CIO President Liz Schuler praised Chavez de Remer's pro-labor record in Congress, but said, "It remains to be seen what she will be permitted to do as Secretary of Labor in an administration with a dramatically anti-worker agenda." So, a lot of reason to be skeptical here, but still, it's something. So what matters going forward is, one, does she get accepted? Two, does she just become a blind Trump loyalist and do whatever he says and completely lose any semblance of give a shit about fucking unions and worker rights in search of power? That's what remains to be seen. But all that we have, this is conjecture and like concern about the future, and some of it's based on, Trump. But if we are just to go based solely on her record, she's highly pro-union, and this is a win for workers, assuming that she actually sticks to her principles. We'll see. But giving the benefit of the doubt, which historically I really shouldn't do for Trump, but I don't give a shit about fucking personal fucking hatred or whatever. I care about Americans, especially Americans that are the working class, that actually drive the economy. So assuming that this is legitimate and there's no scheme at play and she's not bought off or whatever, then I give it to Trump. Awesome pick. I mean, like, none of your other picks were any good, but this is one win. So, yeah, thank you for your time.